Hey y'all, it's Carrie. Today is April 30th, 2024, and I have been laid up the past few days and I have really been missing the garden. So I thought it'd be fun if I took y'all around and y'all could see the garden. We'll do a little tour here. Hopefully I can get everything. If not, I'm sorry. My back's still pretty sore, but we have a few plants here. We potted these tomatoes up like, what would that be, like 2 weeks ago, and they all looked like this because I do this mass planting and they're starting to get really big. I'll show you more of them later. But we have a few things from the store and things like that. And there are these crazy gnats that are like swarming. Plus, I don't know if you can hear it, the cicadas. We have those crazy red-eyed cicadas that come out like every 13 years. So we have those. This is our nettle patch. Some of these I waited too long and I'm not going to be able to harvest. As you can see, that you're not supposed to harvest them whenever they go to seed, but some of them I can. This is our massive elderberry plant, and this is our big comfreys, and we've got some mint in here. I think this is julep mint. I ended up getting rid of a lot of my walking onions, and I put some back here, and I also moved my garlic chives back here if they managed to make it. I know it's a weedy mess, but I just have not been able to get to everything. I'm trying to remember what type of mint. I think this is peppermint here, and I also planted a Love Lies Bleeding in here, but I don't think it's going to make it. Here I've got different flowers. This is a Mexican sunflower that I am super excited about. Walmart actually had the ones that I wanted that are supposed to get really big. Last year I just had the container variety and I was so excited. So I hope that grows really big. And then I've got zinnias and other flowers in here. That's another Mexican sunflower. This is my comfrey that is getting out of control. And let's see, we'll look at the plants here for a second. I've got our peppers. Some of them I had to pot up into 6-inch pots. I've never had to do that before. This is a mixture. Most everything is ones we grew, but there are some that are store-bought. A lot of the ones that have these big peppers on them are store-bought, but they're, as you can tell, they're pretty small. But these are our tomatoes, and there's a few store-bought ones. I'm going to do like a side-by-side comparison for most of this to see what does better. Usually it's our homemade ones always do better, but the good thing about the store-bought ones is they produce earlier. So that's what we have there. We have oregano with vetch. I'm leaving the vetch there because the bunny really loves it. And I've got more flowers here. That's a Mexican sunflower. Our lily's about to bloom. Let's see. Oh yes, this is our honey crisp apple, and it's got quite a few apples. And before I forget, I'm going to take you over. Let's see. I don't know if this one's got any apples. I know it's got flowers. Oh, there it is. There's some. This tree isn't doing so great, but it's still producing, so we decided to leave it. This one, on the other hand, is doing amazing. And if you look over the tree, there are big apples all over it. I think last year we got about 40 pounds or so. I'm gonna have to be careful here and make sure there are no snakes. I'll take you over here really quick because I don't want to forget our this is a pear tree, and it's the same way. It is loaded through the whole thing, so they are getting bigger, and I am super excited. We got this plum last year, and it's the Santa Rosa plum that I've wanted for so long, and it actually has plums on it, so I am super excited about that. So yeah, here's like our willow and the elderberry. Like I said, I had to cut it to get in there to lay the ground cover. That's why it kind of looks a little wonky, but this elderberry is crazy big. But this tree isn't doing the best, but we'll just let it keep going until it finally can't make it anymore. And I'll try and go around here and show you what all we got. I know the air conditioner is going to be loud, but this is we do have some lettuce. Most of it didn't germinate. Of course, it got hot whenever I did it, but I've got lots of different nasturtiums in here, and I was kind of sad because I forgot that I wanted to do that with the nasturtiums and that, and it ended up working out. So I'll have pretty flowers, and this is a catnip we have, and this is a yarrow. I had one up front that I broke up into like 10 different plants. You'll see it throughout my herb garden area, and they're doing really well. This is marshmallow. I also have marshmallow over here. These are ones I dug up from back here. I'm kind of moving things around. I do that a lot. This is more zinnias and other some of them are perennial herbs, some of them are not herbs, perennial flowers, some of them are annual flowers. This is my crazy lemon balm bed, and back here's turning into that, but I would like to take that out and do something different with it. Our kales and things like that have all gone to seed, and I did not get to all of this. I wanted to get these beds weeded, and I did not get to that. I hurt my back, so this is just gonna have to wait. But we have pretty catnip in there. That is my favorite. Oh yes, and I wanted to show, we've got sweet mint here, and look at how pretty the rose is. I am so excited with it. It is really pretty. Okay, so we'll keep going on. I've got comfort here. I just keep replanting that. And we've got some strawberries here. These are some that I had got on sale at Walmart for like 50 cents a bag, and we've already got quite a few strawberries from them. I know there's a few there. We've got a lot of the big ones. I'm trying to watch out for snakes and make sure I don't get in them, but I think we've picked most of the big ones, but there's a few in here. This is a tricolored butterfly bush. Other things, these two herbs here I picked up at the store. That's like a tricolored sage, and I can't remember what is that. I just thought it was pretty. It says silver posy thyme, and this is a regular thyme that I took a cutting from and showed how to do that using like grocery store herbs. The same for this rosemary. And that sage I ended up growing from seed, as well as this one, but that was last year. So it overwintered, so I was really happy about that. This is alyssum and more rosemary that I took cuttings from. This is some poppies, and I think you say it's celosia plants that I grew from seed. And this is a sensitive plant. I did not have the best germination on this, but watch this. It's so fun. Isn't that cool? They close up their leaves. They're so fun. These things get pretty big, and we have so much fun with that. So we have our rain barrel here, and we've been taking from it a lot. And this elderberry is getting really, really big. It used to be pretty small, and I am shocked at how big it's getting. And it also is starting to flower a little bit. So there's that. Let's see what else. So this is the garden. It definitely needs work. Like I said, I hurt myself, so I still have a lot to do, but I have really, really been enjoying perennial flowers. They are so nice to not have to keep planting over and over again. And I moved this woolly lamb's ear. It's one of my perennials that I have that I really love. I grew it from seed years and years ago, and I've just been breaking it up and spreading it, as well as the catnip. This is more of that yarrow that I took apart. These are hibiscus, and back behind that is a perennial sunflower, and I've also got annual sunflowers planted in there that are starting to sprout. This is bee balm there. I don't know what color it is. I started it from seed last year. I believe this is bachelor's button that reseeded, and that I'm not 100% sure. I think it might be feverfew. I started all kinds of flowers. Actually, I think everything, I had a few annuals last year, but everything here that came back is things that I started from seed. So that works really good. Although I did have a neighbor give me one flower, but I already had a bunch of them growing anyways, but I appreciate it. I have the best neighbors y'all will probably hear, and these are different neighbors that give me plants, so they are amazing. This right here is a lantana I picked up, and I also have another one in the back that's my favorite colors that I've been looking for years. I used to have them up by the house, and the ants took them over and I ended up losing them. But this is more of that perennial sunflower. As you can see, I've got other varieties of sunflowers here, and one of them I was super excited about. It is called, what was it, like Ruby Eclipse, which is really cool because we were in one of the Path of Totality areas, and we actually even live streamed that, so that was really, really fun. And here's more of that perennial sunflower. And a few of these the neighbors gave me. I'm trying to remember which ones. I think like this one here and that one there, if I'm not mistaken. And we have other sunflowers. I have different ones. I got like chocolate ones and like a light colored one. I think it was like Italian white or something like that. And now we're on to the garden. And right now we have just went past our last frost date. And so the only things I really have out here are peas and potatoes, but later in a few weeks we should be able to plant everything out. But these are my most favorite peas. These are the sugar magnolia peas. And as you can tell, I plant a lot. And the reason that I do that is because we have a lot of bunnies and they like to nibble on the peas as well. So that's what happened there. And I forgot to show, I also have a new plant I've never grown before. This is a moonflower. I have one there and I have one here. And they're supposed to have really pretty white flowers. I've never grown them before. And in these holes here that I put in, I planted zinnias. I don't know how well that's going to work out with the being covered in the arbor, but we'll see. And again, we have more peas. My plan is to put lots of tomatoes here. I think I'm going to do all of my paste tomatoes. And here's even more peas. I cannot believe they're this big. We planted these, I think, middle of March. That's when it was. And like I said, this is the last day of April and they're done this big. And this is one of my favorites. Look how big this catnip plant is. I love this plant so much. And believe it or not, this is one I took from the one in the back. I just took a little cutting, like cut it in half literally, and broke it up just like I did the yarrow. And it is massive and it has the prettiest purple flowers. I just love it. I love being able to see it from the window and it makes me super happy. But I'm also planning on doing tomatoes here too. And I have lots of tomato plants. And here's yet another cutting of that same catnip. I planted both of these the same year. I think maybe 2 years ago, something like that. And this is where we'll plant our peppers and sweet potatoes. I'm probably going to end up planting some sweet potatoes over here too. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I am in the second bed here. And then we have our potatoes. Now, I am not good at growing potatoes. I have never had good success and I've tried year after year, but I'm trying it with the ground cover and I don't know if this will work. This is just an experiment. And in the middle of this, I want to plant squash, like winter squash. That's what I'm hoping to do there. And now we're going to move on, if the sun doesn't blind you here, move on to our fruit area. I had hoped that this area would have been covered with the comfrey just like this, but it didn't quite happen in all of the areas. I have spots where they didn't take, but I put this all in about 2 years ago, at least this first part, and I planted probably over 100 comfrey plants, and some of them were little small rootstocks, so I think that's why they didn't take. But here I have some blackberries. This is a later variety, and it's kind of special to me because it's like people I really love gave me, or these are ones that they grew, and I have very fond memories of that. So I really love these. They bring back great memories. And here's more plants here. We have comfrey, and also down here we have some grapes. Most of these are like wine grapes, but they have quite a bit. They were really stressed that first year that I put them in. I think it was like 2022, and they kind of did okay last year, but we had like really bad droughts both springs, if I'm not mistaken, and they were really stressed. So they did not do the best. This one's doing really good too and has a lot of grapes on it. And also I had another neighbor that gave us some raspberries. These are the red raspberries and they are doing amazing. I'm so thankful that they did that, and they look so good. They're like the best red raspberries that we've ever grown. And this is a table grape here, and I don't think it has any grapes on it yet, but it's looking really good. Like, it's pretty tall and doing pretty good. Down here, it is a big mess. I was not able to get to this, but there are some blueberries down there. Let's see. Down here, and I also planted flowers throughout. Like, this is one of the hibiscus I grew from seed last year. I've also got another one over here. And I just kind of planted comfrey everywhere. I've got some black raspberries here. This blackberry is amazing. Like, look at the size of those stalks. That is crazy. And it has so many berries on it. I am super excited. I think this is just one we had picked up at Tractor Supply, and it has done amazing. I think there should be a blueberry in there too somewhere. I don't see it. Hopefully it ended up making it. And I have other blackberries down here too. You can see there. One of these is a Ponca. It's supposed to be like one of the sweetest blackberries. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at my notes at which one it is. But we also have more here. They have lots and lots of berries. And then let's see, I'm trying to remember. Oh yes, there's some blueberries down here. This is more of the Grandma Young's blackberries, and we've got hibiscus. And I have at the very end, I have more of the Mexican sunflower and some zinnias. Some of these, most of these I think here I did as seeds. Some of them took the transplants that I tried and some of them didn't. And here we have a blueberry. It's doing okay, but we have others that are doing even better. So this one's doing probably a little bit better. These are all three different varieties. But this one is like a showstopper. Look at all of those blueberries. That is crazy. I cannot believe how many blueberries it has. We are so excited and so looking forward to that. Okay, so I think that's everything with the fruit. We're going to move on to over here. And this, we have here some horseradish, some really long leaves. That's horseradish. This is spearmint. And I actually have a little sedum plant here that's made it. And this is an elderberry. I think I have 4 different elderberries total. And let's see, we still got more comfrey in here. Last year we had moringa that overwintered, and I've been trying to grow pineapple mint in here, but I don't think it makes it. And lots of weeds. We have lots of weeds. This is another one from the one in the back that I planted just last year, I believe. And it's done that big. This is orange mint. This is one, about the only mint that I like to make vinegar out of. We've got a little bit of marshmallow back there. And all of this really tall mint right here in this area is mojito mint. And it is crazy how tall this is. I have marshmallows back there. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but there's a marshmallow back there. I did have hollyhocks. Whether they're back there, I don't know. They were the really cool black ones. I was kind of looking forward to it, but I don't even see them. And actually, there should be like a comfrey. Here it is. You can hardly see it. A comfrey here dividing the mojito mint, and you can see the pretty purple flowers. I love comfrey. The bees love comfrey. But that's dividing my mojito mint and the apple mint. And that's crazy how tall the apple mint is. So they are going like gangbusters here. And we also have chocolate mint. That is doing really good too. And another elderberry. So I think that's everything that we have. Most everything, like, we are not to where we can grow everything. There are a few things that over the years, like this has taken us like probably 10 years we've been working on gardening and things like that, and it has taken us 10 years to get to where we're at, to where we can grow enough of some things to where we don't have to buy in the grocery store. And it's just a few things, like it's peppers, and last year we were able to grow enough of pumpkins. And I'm trying to remember, we do sweet potatoes where we grow enough of and don't have to buy from the store. But there are still, and by pretty much everything else, we still have to buy from the store. But it is pretty hot today, as you can tell. Hopefully you can see that. I think I looked on the computer and it said it was like 86 or something. So it is pretty warm today, but we still, I think I grow enough of, these are like snap peas. We grow enough of those too to where we don't have to buy that from the store. But you know, we're not self-sufficient by no means, and it's surprising how much space it actually takes to do all of that. But thank y'all all so much for spending time with me today and walking through the garden. We really appreciate that. I know time is a valuable thing. Thank y'all all again so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.